So, as you can see, today is another biggie as we go Hollywood for today's show as comedy king Kevin Hart talks to us about his stand-up theatrical release, Let Me Explain. Courtesy of 3 previous tours and some serious big screen roles, Kev can now boast being a household name, which means the worldwide anticipation for this latest tour was brimming with excitement.
As a comedian, we don't get these opportunities. If you don't take advantage of them, they're gone.
So how do I say, what's up, everybody?
Vashe, allesammans.
Vashe, allesammans.
That was amazing.
That was hilarious.
Don't act like I'm crazy.
Kevin Hart, a man with some explaining to do, it seems. Talk to us about this epic theatrical release.
Oh, epic. All right, well, let's talk about it. I can't call it epic. It's not my job. Other people have to call it epic. I'm going to call it an amazing piece of material. Reason why is because it's my piece of material. I'm proud of it. I think it's my best work to date when it comes to stand up, and you know I'm doing what I do best, which is putting my life out there for other people to see and view. Whether it's positive or negative, I talk about it, and Let Me Explain. I definitely address a lot of things.
So the title, Let Me Explain. What exactly are you explaining? You know, people want reactions to the headlines. They want to know about the man himself.
Pretty much. You know, when you're in the public eye, you put yourself in position to be judged. You know, everybody feels like they know you and they know your life and what you've been through and what you've done and what the truth is and what's not the truth. So as a comedian, we have the freedom of speech. We can say what we want and how we want. So I feel like it's always best to hear the truth from the horse's mouth. The horse being me in this particular case. I talked about my divorce and why it happened, what I did, me being single, me now growing up as a single, not growing up, raising my kids as a single dad, evolving, moving on. Literally just kind of putting it all out there.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the actual content of Let Me Explain. Now, I feel like you sold Brothers out a little bit. It always took me back to classic Eddie Murphy about the whole lying thing. And it was like with him when you're going, now listen, I'm just going to let you in on the secret. What's that all about?
That's me once again putting it out there. You know, that was me talking about the dumb mistakes that I've made and you know, my friends around me who have made my dumb mistakes dumber. I feel like when you put the truth out there, people laugh harder when it's real. You know, when you put the pretend stuff out there, you'll laugh, but it's not going to come from the gut. But when you got people laughing and they can look at each other and go, yo, I've done that. Or, oh my God, I remember when you did that. It's a different level of laughter. You're now being universal. You're appealing to everybody. And I think that's why I'm able to go all the places and become a universal brand, you know, because I'm saying things that everybody can relate to. It's not just one group of people, one race, one ethnicity, you know, it's everybody.
Madison Square Garden. Oh boy. I got it.
Y'all better make some noise! Throughout my show, you're gonna see a bunch of pointless fire. They're laughing, I'm not playing, I'm dead serious. You think it's a game? This show's gonna be hot, literally.
You're up there on stage, you're talking about your insecurities, your experiences, and I suppose as well, it's cheaper than therapy,
yes,
right?
Yes. For me, this is my therapy. You know, going on stage and talking and opening up to a crowd. That's my hour to get whatever it is I have to say off my chest and breathe and exhale afterwards. So I use it as therapy.
Is there any anxiety at all? Because this is like an international release. It's all the guys that were too cheap ass to go to the actual show, isn't it? So
no, you know what? I mean, it's not everybody that was too cheap to go to the show. My turnouts for the shows have been amazing. We did an arena tour, so I'm extremely happy with the success of the tour. This is just bringing back the feel of a live concert film. You know, I mean, you got to think back to Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor, Martin Lawrence. You know, when these things were done within our generation, nobody has really put out stand-up comedy movies theatrically. It just hasn't been done anymore. So I did it with Laugh in My Pen and had great success doing it in the States. Well, let me explain. I wanted to do a wider release, which is why I'm doing a UK release now. I was blessed enough to have the financial capital to fund my project because of the success of my tour. You know, I think some people are just afraid to make certain jumps in their career because of the safety nets. You know, people don't want to gamble, but I'm a firm believer that the only way to get successful is to take a gamble and to take risks. If you don't take risks and you just play it safe all the time, you're going to get safe results. This is what I've learned to do, and I saw it because I saw what Tyler Perry was doing. I saw what other actors and producers were doing in Hollywood. As a stand-up comedian, nobody was doing it. So it just looks like, oh, Kevin Hart's a genius to figure this out. I'm not. I'm just literally following what was already done, and I'm just using my own assets to pull it off. And with the power of social media today, from Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, you know,
someone in the room's got over 60 million YouTube views, so
you got to. You have to. I mean, people don't understand the internet is free television. It's free. It takes nothing for you to post up a video and send it out. You know, if that video catches on and some people see it, great. If it doesn't, keep doing it. Eventually, it'll catch on.
Reality doesn't hit you about how bad single life is until you call your friends to go out. And on that night, none of your friends are available because they're out with their women. That's when reality hits you. Yo, what up, boy? What you trying to do tonight? Oh, man, I ain't doing nothing. It's Cupcake Tuesdays. Me and my lady, we make cupcakes. Red velvet. I get to lick the bowl and everything. Lick the bowl? Man, get off my phone. Hey, don't be mad at me because you ain't got no bowl to lick. What?
A great part for me of the package of Let Me Explain is the montage at the beginning, you know, your people, and are they very important to what you do with regards to helping keep you grounded and at the same time pursuing what you want?
Yeah, my surroundings haven't changed. You know, I have the same group of guys around me that have been around me since I've started, you know. Naeem, William Horton, Joey Wells, those guys have been opening up for me. Joey and Harry have been my assistant writers, just in products and stand-up and touring and rounding my sets to where I want them. These guys understand what I feel is funny, take notes for me, and after shows, I say, hey, what did I say at when I was in like 15 minutes? We go through my notes, we punch up jokes. My road manager, when I had no money, this guy was getting me, you know, $100 or $200 a show, scraping up pennies for me. He's grown with me. So, you know, this group and this core of people have now formed to be my company.
Probably the most poignant part of Let Me Explain is right at the very end. You know, I don't want to destroy your big tough guy status, but, you know, a bit teary-eyed in front of Madison Square Garden. Was that kind of a pinch yourself moment for you?
That was me actually realizing that a dream has become reality. You know, Madison Square Garden is a monumental place to perform at. You know, as a stand-up comedian, there's only been a few to sell out Madison Square Garden, and at that moment, it was just me thinking about, wow, I'm now on a list of 5 or 6, and this is what I love doing. I tell jokes, and these people support me. These are my real fans. This is unreal. Emotion. It all came out, and I mean, those moments, when you think about it, these are things that you're gonna look back on when you're 50 years old, 60 years old, and you sit with your kids, and realizing those were some of the best moments of my life. Like, it was that for me. It was literally looking way ahead into the future and realizing what I'm going to be able to say. And those moments are what makes me want to work harder, you know, because how many more of those moments can I create? How many more of those moments can I have?
Either get on a plane for 2.5 hours or take a bus and be with your friends. People on here stink. A lot of funky talk to one another.
Have you ever seen a woman go from frantic to calm, like real fast? Let me explain. I can't believe you hurting me, but it's gonna be the last time.
So the boy from Philly done good, right? But it wasn't always riding high. Were there any times when you just thought, you know what, let me just try something else or step somewhere else? Or was you always like, I'm going to get there?
I mean, I was very persistent with believing that I was going to get there. Of course, it wasn't always good. It wasn't always funny. People didn't always laugh.
I read a story about a drumstick being thrown at your head, a chicken drumstick.
Yeah, Atlantic City, buffalo wing, right to the side of my face. Right to the side of my face, a saucy buffalo wing. Because the guy was so frustrated with my attempt to be funny. I got tons of stories like that, you know, but you need those bumps along the road because those are the bumps that make you stronger and they build character and make you realize what you need to do and what you have to change to get to where you want. So it's worth it to go through the nonsense along a journey to get to that bright light, you know, that road of success at the end of the tunnel.
Well, Kev, it's been an absolute pleasure catching up with
man.
you. Thanks
I
for joining
appreciate
us today, yeah?
Thank you.
I was naked on a beanbag for 2 hours by myself. Beanbag about to get this long.
Right now we on a bear bike. It's a bike with bear on it.
We're about to die.
Now ladies, let me explain something to you. I'm gonna tell you 3 words that you never wanna hear come out your man's mouth. If he hits you with this right here,
Are you done? Are you done? He get cocky. Are you done? Are you done? Okay.